Hi, hello, it's me, Scott, still. I'm still in beautiful Pittsburgh. I think it's beautiful. I haven't actually been outside in a few days, but through the crack in the shades, it looks like it could be beautiful. Hello, how are you? I hope everyone is staying safe and washing their hands and socially isolating and doing all the things that you're supposed to be doing. I am here working with the Children's Museum of Pittsburgh, still ramping up on the Technologist in Residence Residency, but I'm hoping we're gonna actually kick off real streams for that next week, which would be great. In the meantime, we'll just continue to do these kind of pretend streams, although they're helpful. I think we're making some progress. We are learning some things. So the most important thing to do, obviously, is make sure that we like our wallpaper. And this wallpaper is not bad. It's pretty good, actually. I like the tones, like the water and the rocks, but there's all these buildings. How about this one? It's a little somber. I need to just write something that will pick, a range of Unsplash wallpapers, and then I can just pick from them. Kind of like when we did that Randomness stream. All these buildings. Why is my bitrate unhappy? Does the stream seem okay? Is the stream okay? Stabilizing? Maybe? Could be Backblaze secretly running behind my back on another computer like it likes to do. Why would it choose now? Why would it choose right now to back up? It's not on this computer. My laptop over there is closed, but I wouldn't put it past it. Oh, this beautiful skate park. I'm a little concerned about the bitrate here. Last night, during a stream, the internet connection just dropped. It was gone. Restarted the router and it came back. Look at these rolling hills. That's unreal. Let's do these beautiful rolling hills. Okay. Oh no! What? My hills. Oh no. I don't think there's a way to go backwards. My beautiful hills are gone. Man, what a travesty. Okay, I'm concerned about this bitrate. So we gotta find some wallpaper that we like. And then we'll just go with this. I know it's got buildings, but I kind of like the geometry of it. Give me one moment. I'm gonna go make sure Backblaze isn't trying to ruin my life. I'll be back in one moment. Okay, I have the computer. Maybe this is the culprit. Maybe? Maybe? I could actually log in. It seemed like this computer was straight up hibernating though, so maybe it's not to blame. And now the bitrate seems okay. I don't know who to blame. Come on, buddy. This is I don't like this computer. I have bad things to say about this computer, but I'll withhold my judgment. Backblaze. Pause, back up. Okay, I pushed the pause button, but who knows if it's actually going to do it. What are these two files that seem so critical to back up right now? Backblaze, why do you think right now is the time to do this? Okay, we're paused until 3 o'clock. A little bit annoying, a little frustrating. Okay, so maybe I could do some quality of service thing that always gave this connection the priority, but I don't think I can do that on this router that we have. Okay, what were we doing? We got beautiful ocean. Hi, life is yours. Oh, did you notice that I was here and it wasn't just the blue couch? It's me, Scott. I'm here too. Am I chopped liver? Do you want to sit on Nice IKEA blue couch. It's not a bad couch. I like the shapes. I like the lines of it. Oh yeah, hi, me. Yeah, you didn't see me here? Yes, it's me. Okay, what we were doing, I figured today we would just kind of pick up where we left off yesterday, because I think we were like on the cusp of something interesting, and then I got derailed because my ideas were bad. And we're gonna like try to have good ideas instead. Or different ideas, maybe. So let's just do a quick recap. We were using Glitch, which is my current preferred weird prototyping platform, because we can do front end and back end stuff simultaneously. And we were doing this. And we want to show the project. So what we did yesterday was the following. We made this box. We also wrote this tiny server that says that it's basically the same server we used last week for broadcasting the drawings that the 8th graders did. So it's really simple. Even if you have no idea what's going on, all that's happening here is we set up something called Express, which is a kind of web server. And we use something called Socket.io, which is a way to communicate back and forth between a web browser and a web server live using WebSockets. And then we basically just say, hey, if anybody talks to me, when a socket connects, so like a new web browser connects, anybody who sends me information, I'm going to send it to everybody else. So that is what we did yesterday. And then we made 2 web pages. One of them was this mobile web page. Really confused about how that works. Because I'm like looking at this web page. So why wouldn't you show this web page? Wait, if someone talks to you, tell them to go away. I should tell them, or you should tell? Who should tell them? Who's going to talk to you? Okay, so we made this mobile website, and it looks like this. /mobile. And it's not actually going to work on a web browser. Wait, your API, you've made an API that says go away? That's a pretty good API. When I go here on a desktop web browser, it's useless because it doesn't have the sensor that I want in it. When I go here on a mobile web browser, are you going to be able to see this? We will get a big button that says get permission and the socket's connected. That means my phone is talking to that glitch server right now. And when I push get permission, my phone is I'm gonna ask my phone for permission to use the device orientation data, which tells me the orientation my phone is held in. So if I push get permission, my phone just said denied. So sorry, stream's over. Let's go to a different web browser. I think I accidentally denied it yesterday in that browser. Okay. Socket connected, get permission. State denied. What's going on here? This worked yesterday. What exciting thing did I break? Let's keep trying web browsers. How about that? We'll just go through all of them. I just got another denied. So that makes me feel like something has broken since yesterday. What are those? Permission state denied. Request permission. Device orientation event. When I click that, it's supposed to ask for permission. Well, that's an interesting predicament. So we got it working yesterday when Bad Panda was using it. Actually, this is a good... Life is yours. Did you write this API? Because it's just saying no to me every time. So this is a little annoying because I don't know that there's like a real easy way to clear history. on these mobile browsers. If I do it in an incognito tab. Socket connected. Permission state denied. So I might have to go to Safari settings. This is annoying. So I would really prefer like somebody else wrote the some like wrapper for this, because this is just not cool. Clear history on website data. Let's do it. Let's go back here. If this doesn't work, then it will seem like I've actually broken something. Denied. How did this break between yesterday and today? We're getting here. Like, we're getting to this. Okay, maybe I was just like in the middle of stuff. So let's try to pick up with where we were. Okay, socket connected true. You say starting sensor, but that doesn't actually make any sense because you shouldn't even be able to. We got a socket connected. That means we got here. We probably already saw this, but if we saw this, the button should have been hidden. Device orientation events are blocked by feature policy. Very interesting. Okay, this is a great way to start the stream. When things that worked yesterday don't work today. Very exciting. Don't look at me. You did this to me, didn't you? Like, this super worked yesterday. I feel like moderately confident about. Oh, I know why. Because it has to be HTTPS. And we're not doing anything to enforce that. Whoa. Thanks, Siri. Right. We could probably enforce that in some way. If I'd remembered that before I lost my mind. Okay, now we get this message. Okay, close call. Whew. We get the message that says, mobiledancer.glitch.me would like to access motion and orientation. And that is like an OS level thing. This is terrible. You can't read this at all. Anyway, that's what it says. And then now, upstairs, I'm getting a bunch of data spewing out. That's the alpha. The alpha is our z-axis rotation. So let's just try to recap this because it's a little silly. Out of the front of the phone is Z. Left to right is X. So if I held it like this, it would be Z up. And then this would be our X, I think. And then this is our Y. I'm actually not entirely sure which is which. But anyway, we've got data. That's terrific. So then once we had that data, we did our, that's what that server does, is it takes anything that comes in just gets sent to everybody. So my phone is going to send it off into the internet, and then this web browser right here is going to talk to the internet and get that data, and the orientation of my phone will be matched by this box, this p5.js box. And we use p5.js because it's dead simple. Very simple. Okay. So we should be ready now just to do this, right? If I open this now and I say get permission, the rotation of that box. So remember, Z is up this way, so that's actually forward. So it's like I'm looking down at my phone. I'm not entirely sure that the left and right is correct because it's a little weird. It applies the rotations in an order that is a little weird. I think it's ZXY instead of XYZ. I think that's what we decided anyway. Yeah, we did ZXY. Maybe it's ZYX. I think it's ZXY though. Documentation was not incredibly clear. It's presented as like a delta from the Earth's orientation. So like, which kind of makes sense in that case for Z to be up. But the rotation of the phone relative to the Earth, that seems weird. I'm not entirely sure how to wrap my head around that one. Anyway, so what we want to do is we want to draw not only right now, if anybody used this, Life is Yours, are you available for a moment? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm showing the wrong desktop. Dang it. This one. Sorry. Let me do that again. We're using ZXY. If I do this, and I do this. Okay, now I did the thing. You didn't even call me on it. I was on the wrong display. Would you mind trying to go? It should just take a moment. Would you mind trying to go to this website and controlling my cube? Your exam is today. I'm giving you an exam right now. Okay, I'll put it in I'll put it everywhere. I'll put it in whatever chat that I want. So you should be able to go to that page and hit get permission, and then your phone should rotate this very box. I hope. Everyone, we're all on the edge of our seats, waiting for Life is Yours in faraway Norway to go to a web page on his phone. Oh shoot, that's the wrong web page. It's gotta be HTTPS. I just almost set us up for failure. I really wish Teams hadn't opened on that screen. That's pretty annoying. Oh my gosh, are you controlling it? Amazing. Okay, so that is Life is Yours from Norway, controlling this cube by rotating his phone. Great. Great work. Look at you go. Did you drop your phone? Are you juggling your phone right now? Are you doing a dance? Is the video really choppy, or is that just me? How's that seem to you? I feel like my video is super lagged for some reason. It's some dropped frames. It seems not too bad. You're still going. You've been dancing a long time. How behind are you in the stream? Are you ever gonna stop? I feel like you're so... okay, moving now. I mean, that was very responsive from me watching the chat. You seem very responsive. Your stream is like 4 seconds behind. Okay. Anyway, this seems like it works, right? But the problem is there's only one cube, and I want to have a cube of my own. So the first thing we're going to do today is like multi-cube support, I think. Give me one moment. I'm going to grab a pen and a piece of paper. Okay, and now what? You're still dancing. Appreciate that. So what we want to do is a couple things that need to happen. One, we need some kind of GUID, right? We need to know how to identify these. I think Socket.io clients might get a GUID. I hit the wrong button and went to the wrong place. Socket.io client ID. Socket.io engine ID. This.socket.session ID. It's really annoying. So APIs that change a lot like that make the Stack Overflow not useful. I guess socket ID is something that's just available to me. So I should have this in my socket ID. So I really could just add this to the packet that goes out to everybody, right? Like, I just want to know. We could do something like, I mean, I could just do it here. Maybe. Okay, that must be my ID. So let's just like do this silly JavaScript thing and cram it in there. We may send that directly from the client, but then people could spoof it. Like, if it's this way, it's what the server thinks of as the canonical ID. Maybe it's still fakeable. Maybe that doesn't matter. Okay, so now on the client side, my favorite part of the song is the part that goes, Very exciting. Very good. Good song part. We want to go to this website on the internet. And we want to inspect it.
And I was like, that's cool.
And we want to look at the console. Okay. So, when we get this data, let's just stick that in there so it exists. We won't even care about that shortly after, actually, but just for the moment. Thank you for testing. Life is yours. What is your exam about tomorrow? Okay, now I have data. That's great. So what we need is, we right now have like a many-to-one relationship, right? Where we have many people, we only have one cube, and that's not great. There's cases where you want to have a many-to-one, where many-to-one is good. But we want more of a many-to-many. Information security? I would fail that test because I just had Teams come up and show an address that it shouldn't have, which is awesome. Which is just like something I just apparently do basically every stream now, is show something in a video that I shouldn't. So I guess I delete the archive on Twitch and then on YouTube edit that out. That's been my strategy. I think I'm just not gonna keep. How much do people care? Like, is it that important to keep VODs on Twitch? I mean, that's how you have the chat record, but they go away eventually anyway. Everything goes to YouTube where I can edit more easily. It's not really that important. Okay. I mean, it's kind of cool to look back and see the chat, but maybe it's not that cool. I've got YouTube. Yeah. Okay. I'll probably just delete it because Twitch doesn't have a way to censor parts of a stream, unfortunately. Clips. I know. Okay, clips. Okay, but I don't want to make clips. I need an army of dedicated fans to make clips for me because I don't want to do that. Hint, hint. You're busy. You got to learn information security. What are you actually learning in there? Okay, we have a cube. So here's what we're going to do. When we get a device orientation packet, it's still many people coming in one place, but we're going to make many cubes instead of one. So let orientations, we're going to keep an array of these. Is what we're going to do. You know, an array is just a list of stuff. And it's going to be a list of packets that look like this. So we want to say, yeah, we got to do the thing. It's not really an array. It's like more like a dictionary with objects. Reruns. Oh my gosh, but then I'd have to watch myself. Interesting. Draclin, alert. Draclin, I doxed myself again. Alert. Draclin, doxing alert. I've doxed myself yet again. Maybe in the worst way yet. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We need to do the thing. Let's see. I can't remember how to do this. Where, like, if there's a key, what's the actual way? This is the way. So when we get new... there's two ways to do this. Either we care about the keys and we iterate through and update, or we just key based on... Okay, you know everything about me. It's fine. Darknet, Draclin. So what's better in JavaScript? I know the answer is nothing is better, but should I have like an associative array of this client ID and delete and then like update it every time? Is that bad? Because this could end up with a lot of keys. Like, can I remove keys easily from an object? Delete. Guess that's still fine. Is this a nice picture of a Draclin alert? It is very dark. Dark on dark. It's just like a blob. What do I mean? So, you know, in other languages, there might be a data structure like a dictionary, where I can say this string is associated with this. It's like an associative array. JavaScript doesn't really have that. JavaScript just is like, just add keys to your object and we'll treat them. It will treat it like an associative array. Well, it's so two things. Either it's just an array, and it's an actual array in JavaScript of all of these data structures, and if I want to address an individual one, I have to iterate through and find it in the array, or I just make them keys on an object where it's like an associative array. I guess people do that all the time. I don't like. There's probably actually real-world performance implications if you have a million of one or the other, but I don't know, and I also don't care because I won't have that many at this point, at least. So we'll just do the thing where we'll do like whatever my ID is in my orientations. So if it is here, we want to update it. Otherwise, we want to add it. In fact, I don't know that matters. Like the notion of updating or adding probably doesn't actually matter in JavaScript, because if it's either way, it's orientations data.id equals data. So I don't know that I don't have to like initialize a new thing or whatever. I can just do it. Yeah, I just don't think I don't think it'll be very big. I think I'm just gonna do it this way, and I think I don't actually even care if it exists. I'll probably want to delete it with a timeout, like if like have a last. Let's add that to the server. Actually, let's add a timestamp. So we'll just timestamp all these packets, and then when they come in, we'll just cram it in the array. And this will be a little weird because I think I get a new socket.io ID. Yeah, I don't know. I sure like all the collection types in C#. Really like them. Real optimized. They do all the stuff I want, but here we are in JavaScript. Can I do Blazor on actually, what? I don't even know what languages Glitch supports. So while other platforms do work, we only support Node.js. But I guess I could probably figure out a way to do like some weird way, because it's just like a little virtual whatever. It's like a little well, you know, what do you want to call it? Like a little instance. Yeah. Blazor on Glitch. I'm not going to do it. I was just teasing Draclin. He trolled me last night repeatedly. C#.js? Is that real? Okay, so we're just going to cram through here, and then we're going to iterate through that array. We have to do something. I think we have to do a pop matrix and a push matrix, right? Because if we're going to do these, no, not on the array, on the matrix, on the transformation matrix. Because we want to translate to an arbitrary point in space and do an arbitrary rotation many times in one loop. And because of that, the rotations will just stack up and get insane. So we want to make that move to a point in space, rotate. We want to like isolate that translation and rotation. And so the way to do that in processing is you can push and pop the matrix. But I can't actually remember if you can do that in... I can't remember... Or do we just need to reset our matrix every time? Let's do apply a matrix. Maybe you can't pop and push. The translate is also reset. Okay, so I'm gonna just make the assumption. Why isn't there a pop and push though? That seems a little weird. Maybe that's like tied to some underlying Java thing on the P5 side. Let's do this. Okay, so we're gonna do rotate XYZ, translate. For now, for now, when you show up, I'm just going to give you a random X. Is that what I want to do? How do I want to do this? Because I need the like your XY to be consistent. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that problem for just a minute. And right now we'll just have two cubes on top of each other, but I think that'll be okay because we'll know there's two cubes. That's a way where I would need to know if there's a new thing. But so, I would just like, can I make if I become king of the world, my first decree will be, if I do an open bracket, never, ever, ever, ever autocomplete and add a closed bracket. Just never do that. I never want it. I like 99.9% of the time when I'm adding brackets, it's because I'm like bracketing existing code, not because I'm about to type inside of a bracket. I just don't program that way. Maybe people do, but not me. What did I forget? This thing. Is that not right? For each? Oh. Well, wait. Should be able to do that, right? Orientations is actually going to be an object, right? It's also... I think you can iterate either way. Okay, so... Push. Oh, it's just called push and pop. Okay, that is what I want. It's not push and pop matrix, it's just push and pop. Okay, thanks, that works. I mean, it's probably functionally the same as the reset I was just doing, but that's what I want. I thought that was called push and pop matrix in processing. Maybe they just simplified it in P5. Okay, so... everything's broken. We've done very well here by breaking everything. What have I done wrong? Are we getting data? Who can say? We are getting data. We're sticking data in. Orientations looks like this. So can I not iterate with a for each? Seems like I can't. I mean, there's me. There's my data. Let me do it this way. So this is just going to be for orientation and orientations. That doesn't look right, does it? Looks weird. Okay, so 43. Orientation's just the key. Okay. So then we need the key being that. Okay, so that happens. And then if I refresh this page and make a new one, I get a second cube. So that's good. So we now have multiple cube support. That's terrific. And if I just keep doing this, I'll just keep getting new cubes, which is kind of cool, actually. Maybe I can make a weird... Oh, look, I almost have a bad, like, icosahedron dual or dodecahedron dual. What axis do I rotate? Wait, okay, hang on. Down, over here a little bit. Yeah, right there. Great. We're doing great. Okay, this is a mess and it's a nightmare and it's a nightmare mess. So, how do I want to give these independent? I need to know. I need to know if it's new or if it's updated. If it's new, it needs to be assigned a random position, and then we keep that whenever it's updated, which is a little annoying. Guess it's not the worst thing. Okay, so we need to do, what did we just say? If data.id is in our orientations. If it's here, then we know we need to update it. Else, it's new. We've never seen this before. It's really tremendous. First time. And the first time it happens, we want to mess with the data and also say data.x, data.y, data.z equals something. Z is probably going to be 0. Y is probably going to be... We definitely could have come up with a better data structure, but we're going to ignore that for now. What is in JavaScript? No, is it math.random times 0 to 1. I don't really care. It could be random times 10. It can be float. I don't know how big these units are, so I'm just going to say 100 for now. And x. So we're just giving them random points in space for now. And if it does exist, we need to say we want to update alpha, beta, gamma. And this looks not tidy. It's like really weirdly asymmetrical, but we won't worry about it right now. Okay, that almost seems like something. So if I connect now, and I say orientations, I should have an XYZ in here. Yeah, I have an X and a Y. Okay, so now let's translate. Let's just make this data, and then it matches. Okay, so now let's do that. I don't know the scale of this. This could be like way off the side of the world. I don't remember what units. Okay, let's refresh, get permission. Refresh, get permission. Refresh, get permission. Okay, this seems very tiny. These units seem very tiny, is what we determined. I think these are actually pixel units. So we probably want a number between 0 and 360. Actually, does P5 have a remap? The one method I wish was just like in every single language. Oops. Is it not? It's just map, right? Map. Why isn't it? I just want this in every single language. So we just will do this. I consider this a critical programming tool. So we want to go between 0, 1 and 0 and 1. And we want to go like between negative width divided by 2, positive width divided by 2, and negative height. Today is my Gigi's birthday. She's not with us anymore, but she always used to, if you would say height, she would always say height, height, height. Happy Gigi Day, everybody. Okay. There's never a time where I'm not doing that, you know? Like basically every project I do, there's some requirement to map one range of values to another range of values. It is exceedingly rare that I do any software development where that is not something that I have to do. I use that more than I use stuff like POW or ABS or any other things that are considered core mathematical. Wait, who's that? Who just joined? Was that you? Life is yours. Did you just join? Hey, look, are we dancing together? Oh, we're dancing together. I'm not an especially good dancer, but I'm really convinced it's almost impossible to dance like seated inside a streaming 16:9 window and not look ridiculous, but that's okay. I've been doing dance church a lot. Haven't been playing Just Dance as much, but I gotta get back into it. I also signed up for the Supernatural trial so I can do weird VR stuff and weird augmented nature. Maybe I'll do that after this. Maybe I should stream that. I'd probably kill myself in this apartment trying to do that. There's nowhere for this couch to go. I mean, I didn't do super well with VR stuff in my real apartment, but okay. So this is kind of cool. Add up and down motion. Well, that's our whole problem. We know acceleration, but we don't know. We could try to do some dead reckoning. I'm using that term right? Dead reckoning, accelerometer. I misspelled all those words. Well, that's okay. Like when you know acceleration in a direction, you can try to make assumptions about where you're moving. But people do the work.
Let's go.
It breaks down over long distances, but we could try. Somebody's surely written this. I have acceleration in an axis, but that's like, that doesn't, if I accelerate once I hit that point of acceleration, it doesn't matter. Like only if I go like this and all of this part is at the same velocity, all I really know is the acceleration here. And I can make assumptions about that based on that acceleration. We don't really know until I decelerate on the other end. But I could like go up for all of eternity. So that's a problem when you only have accelerometers. You can't get real position. Surely somebody's written JavaScript dead reckoning. It'd be cool if we got reasonable data from it. I've never seen very good data, unfortunately. I've seen okay data. I've seen data where you get like a little bit of a guess. In fact, like the Oculus Go, for example, is a good example of this. That Oculus Go controller only has an accelerometer in it. It might have a gyro too, but it doesn't have any, there's no inside out tracking. You don't know where that thing is in space. So what they do is just kind of glue it to your side here, but they use your acceleration to give it like a little bit of movement up and down. So it's not like pinned in space. And it maybe also tries to keep some relationship between your head. There's lots of assumptions about it, which is why it's not super clean. This is a different kind of dead reckoning, though. This isn't, I want spatial dead reckoning. This is more like, I mean, this is kind of right, making assumptions about characters moving. But this isn't really what I want. I want spatial dead reckoning. It seems like a real hassle. I'm actually surprised. I'm kind of surprised there's nothing. Did you find something cool? Oh, does this do the thing? Velocity and position. That's cool. When was this written? I wonder if it actually works. That's 3 years ago, so it's probably not going to support the latest Safari stuff. But that's a solvable problem. Yeah, that's okay. We'd have to write our own little wrapper for this, but that's okay. Interesting. I want to try it. Oh no! So, yeah, I want to try. Demo me. Okay, so we need to go to, this may not work though. I mean, this might be too old to work on this device, unfortunately. Gravity dot methods with class.com. Why didn't it work? Because I misspelled it. That's my main problem here. I recommend generally spelling things correctly. Just broadly in life, I think that's a good thing to do. Maybe you think it's good to spell things correctly? Wait, we want this link in the Discord? Try it. Oh, so you can easily get it on your phone. Thanks. You did it for me. Thank you. That's handy. Discord as a bridge to my silly phone. Okay, but I think it's not going to work, is my assumption. Because I think it's too old to support these latest permission request friends. Checking device. I think it's probably going to get stuck on checking device forever if I had to guess. What device do you have? I forgot what kind of phone you have. Sad news. Yeah, I think it's stuck forever because it can't get past the permission check. But that would be easy to fix. This seems cool. But this says tilting your device. Is this actually, but is this actually giving me? So if this is only tilt in a direction to add velocity in that direction, then that's not what we actually want. That seems like what this is. It works, but does it actually work for position? Or is it like when I tilt like this, I'm driving that direction. When I tilt like this, I'm driving that direction. Because that's different than the Dead Reckoning. And that seems, I mean, acceleration. Okay, that's fine. So we basically already have this. I mean, that's handy. The reason this looks like it was written for if you only have an accelerometer and you don't have a gyroscope, because we have a gyroscope in this, so it's really easy. Although that says device. Yeah, this uses device motion. We have device. Okay, I see. This is really just, it's cool, but it's a little dated because now we have a device orientation event where the device orientation event kind of does this for us. It gives us the orientation in space. So that's not quite what we want. I don't really want to write a Dead Reckoning algorithm. Excuse me. I feel like I would not do a good job. That's cool. AI-driven IMU Dead Reckoning. But Dead Reckoning is used in so many contexts. It's not really. This one seems closest to what we want. It's written in Java. I just don't have very high. I don't have a high degree of confidence for it. I think you could get some inertia, like you could get some acceleration in a direction or another direction. So if I went like this or like this or like this, those could be seen as like little pulses that could send our little friend moving around. But it wouldn't be like actually tracking. It may still be fun. It might still be fun, but it's not exactly the right thing. I mean, it might still be funny. So I don't know exactly. This is one potential route for the things I might like to do for the residency. This phone thing, and I think there's a lot of potential to it because I think it's funny and fun to just wave your phone around. Why? Denied my permissions. But like, even if I was here and I could just like give it a little bit of this and give it a little bit of push over there. Yeah, cube bouncing off the edge so that everybody could have a little dance party, cubes bouncing off each other. You would know what cube was your cube somehow. Cubes leaving particle trailers behind. The orientation data I'm really impressed with. I'm pretty impressed with how tight, like the performance is pretty good without even trying. Like we're sending these big non-binary blobs, these big text-based blobs, and we're still getting what we want to get. But we got the basics here of a multi-user thing. Let's just start by let's just start sending the accelerometer data. This is all like annoying. I think I only have to request one or the other. So we would need to do a few things here. Like we want to say, hey, is there device orientation? If not, then... In fact, we want to say both. We want a device orientation event. Well, either way. If either of these is false, then... then do that. This is here where we actually request the sensor access. So we started on that yesterday. Now, what I'm not into here, actually, do we have to request these independently? Like, yeah, it's fast even without, so it's fast even though we're sending probably data at a way higher frequency than we need to. We're probably sending it at 60 hertz and it could certainly be lower. And it's a really lazy packet. Like it's just a big bloated packet. So it could be a super tight binary packet and it could be set more infrequently and still be fine. This whole thing though, the requesting permission is just, it's a real hassle for sure. But I think we basically just want to duplicate this. It's just dumb if I have to request these independently. Would you have to ask for both of these? That seems silly because there's like one... I don't think I have to approve them both. I think I... lose some resolution with binary packets? Not necessarily. It depends on how I encoded them. Now, yes, if I did want to say each of those was only 8 bits, so using 1 byte per, I would definitely lose resolution, but nothing says I have to make them 1 byte. I could say that each of those numbers is 2 bytes or 5 bytes or whatever. I could pack it however I want to. I could even get fancy and use like, I wonder if there's a Google protobuf JavaScript implementation. I don't know. Yeah. I've used protobuf before. It's definitely been some years. It's kind of cool, but it's also hyper specific. But it's like, it's a... How do I describe it? How do they describe it? So it's binary data serialization that's very generalized and configurable and very expandable and extendable, and you can have versions and edit over time, whatever. It's a way to create really pretty tight binary packets. It's not as tight as they would be if you just straight up did it yourself, probably, because there's some overhead of knowing, like, hey, what's this and what's that? But it's pretty dang tight. And you can use, they work across languages, and I believe that Socket.io can comfortably send binary data. I'm pretty sure I've done that in the past. So, but it's nice because you could do something like, you know, say that I've got 3 places these packets. I've got like client-side JavaScript, and I've got server-side JavaScript, and I've got a Unity application. So JavaScript, and C#. And I want them all to use one kind of packet very easily in a very portable way. Then I use protobuf, and I have a sort of packet definition. It's like this, sort of. It's like this. It's almost like defining a class, sort of. And then I have ways to pack and unpack that on all those platforms, and it's a nice way to send binary data if you have semi-complicated binary data. For example, like here's a 32-bit integer. So this isn't just 8 bits. I could have way more resolution here. I think I can also do floats. I think it's got a lot of types. But that's definitely like down the line optimization kind of stuff. Okay, bathroom break. Go to the bathroom. I'll take a get a water break. You go to the bathroom. I'll go to the water. I'll be right back. I'll even run an ad. Why not? Hello, it's me. I'm back. We were talking about protobuf. We're just waiting for Life is Yours to come back from the restroom. Still cross about accidentally doxing myself for the millionth time, because that's just what I do. I need to make like some kind of checklist that's like, hey, make sure there's no applications open that could possibly have work sensitive data in them. Okay, so anyway, we're talking about protobuf, but that is an optimization that we're not concerned with at this moment. We've barely even written anything. Why are we worried about optimization yet? But when Life is Yours comes back, if he has any questions, I will answer those questions. So yeah, the annoying thing. So request sensor access. So we really need to request 2 things. And let's just pare some of this down and get rid of some of the error messaging, because we can always add it back if we need to. Okay, that's almost as tight as this function could be. I left a little bit of logging. But that's, so we'll call this request orientation axis. And then separately, it's silly that I would prefer to just have one call. And this is going to be the device motion event, I think it's called. Request permission. And this puts us in this dumb situation where we have to wait for 2 bits of state. That's actually okay though, because we're going to change our polling. We'll just have separate polling loops. So basically, we're going to say, so we will want our our sensor. We're just going to have a sensor data object. And we will just populate it from these 2 events as we are able. Okay. So this will be like start, we'll have a start motion data and a start orientation data. Not really crazy about those being separate events, but I guess that's pretty normal. Okay, so let's skip these and figure out what we actually need. So we need device orientation, we need device motion. I kind of just want to send those whole things as sort of secondary objects. It'll make our lives a little easier on the other end of things. So if we have sensor data and then we say dot motion will be equal to this. And sensor data dot orientation. So the distinction here again is orientation is just how our phone is rotated in space. That uses an internal gyroscope, this rotation, but doesn't tell me anything about how it's moving through space. It just tells me how it's rotating in space. The accelerometer tells me that there's an acceleration happening, not velocity. I don't know that I'm moving through space at a certain velocity. I just know that like there's acceleration changes happening. Which is not as nice, but better than nothing, I guess. Okay, so this will start motion data, start orientation data, and start motion data. Device motion, we get this event. This should be quoted. Sensor data.motion, sensor data.orientation. And then, welcome back. The conclusion to the protobuf statement is like it's way too early to even be considering that for this. And I think there's other like generic binary. I mean, you can always roll your own. Hey, yeah, it's the blue couch. It's me too. Can I sit on the blue couch? Just relax. Maybe next time I play a. Do a Switch stream. I should stream from the couch. Okay, so we're just sticking this. We're going to have some hierarchy here. The device motion event is going to have different fields, and I don't know what they are. A laid back Switch stream? Yeah, I can just lay down. Did we get everything out of this event that we wanted? Oh, that's interesting. We could get the compass. Orientation data, absolutely. Okay, for now, I'm not going to care. And I think all I'm going to care for here, an object giving acceleration of the XYZ with the effect of gravity. Well, wait, does that mean which one doesn't? Does including gravity mean that it's factored out of the equation? With the effect of gravity. I don't think I want that. I think I only want device motion dot acceleration. I think. Which is going to be an XYZ. That's fine. Doesn't acceleration seem like it should have more L's than that? Got all those C's. Okay, so now we're sticking this data in that container, but we're no longer doing anything with it. So we need our own. Let's do it with a request animation frame. Usually just call this animate. No, okay, request animation frame. This just means we get like a precise timing in a loop. So we let the browser do that for us, rather than us saying like, okay, we want to run this at 60 hertz, meaning 60 times per second. We do it this way, the browser deals with it for us. Our function's called animate, even though we're not really animating, but hey. And that's the delta, but I don't know if that's the delta or the timestamp, but I don't think we don't really care about that at the moment. So whenever this happens, let's stick our let's just stick our whole packet in there. JSON to string sensor data. Okay, I feel pretty confident I did something wrong. Oh yeah, I definitely broke something. So this loop should stick whatever's in there. Okay, let's see if there's just like any straight up obvious errors, because that seems very likely. End of input. Okay. Not very surprising, but where... you... and you... should start orientation data. You know, like start orientation polling or start orientation 89? Oh yeah, we got real problems here. We do the same thing up there, orientation data. Okay, that seems a little bit less broken. This broke on getting permission. Okay, getting permission. What did it break? Inside getting permission, we want to request orientation access and request motion access. It's just me forgetting all the things that we've done. Okay, we get permission granted. We made it to granted. We want to start orientation data. Start orientation data. Oh, we also need to call this at the end of every frame, right? That's how request animation frame works. It's been a minute. All right, we've got to call it back in here too. Yeah, we have to call it. We have to like schedule it every frame. It's not a loop that's just gonna do the business for you. Okay. Well, maybe that worked. Let's just for a moment log on the server side, even though we know it'll be a mess. Something seems not right here. Oh, did we change the... Well, if we didn't, we want to. Yeah, we're not actually sending it yet. Sure. Let's call it sensor data for now. And then on the server side, we need to... Very forgetful today. Yeah, I'm forgetful most days. I can't remember. Okay, sensor data. And then let's refresh this. Let's hit this button. And it seems like something's broken. Okay. What did I break? Okay, can we do remote debugging? Is that... Open dedicated DevTools for Node. Hosts and ports the target discovery servers. I haven't used this. If it was USB, discover network targets. I wonder if you can actually do that. Like, that would be USB though. Not a way to do this over the internet. Debugging. Maybe I actually need Chromium to do it with Chrome, but okay, we'll continue to blindly stumble through it. I feel like we were relatively close. There's like no DevTools on this machine, right? It's just not a thing that exists. So we're getting our permission granted. This would definitely go faster if I had a reasonable... We said start motion data and start orientation data. Start motion data. Start orientation data. We add this listener. We say sensor data to orientation. We say start motion data. Start motion data. Start orientation data. Is there anything horrible going on in these? Doesn't look terrible. Doesn't really mean anything. thought there was a way to do this without needing to be plugged in. But maybe I'm wrong. Oh, okay, I can open a inspect tab on the phone. That's cool. Start logging. I know, it's always the most exciting thing when I just play with my phone. Okay, we got the permission. Permission is granted. Seems to be broken. Let's go to the JavaScript console. We got logging that said initialize. But we're only getting logging here. We're not getting like actual debugging. I really thought I'd done this before. Yeah, this cell seems annoying. Okay, so seems like something breaks inside our... We're getting permission granted. Then we're saying start orientation data. And we do window add event listener, device orientation. Whatever the answer is, it's going to be annoying, and this kind of debugging is definitely annoying. Okay, we got our permission granted. Excuse me. And inspecting. I thought I said start logging. We got start orientation data, so we made it that far. Is my animate coming before? I'm sure it's some incredibly minor thing. It's just not easy to debug like this, unfortunately. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and actually set this up. I really feel like I've done this in a way that, like, worked. You know, when things work, it's cool. Okay, let me get a cable of some kind. I'm gonna try to get a cable, and I'll be back in just a moment. Excuse me, please. Oh, I got a cable, but now I think I already know what the problem is because it's right here. Sensor this I said sensor data. It's supposed to be called sensor data. Cool. Yes. Sure. Okay, still seems broken though. Sensor data is not defined. It's not. Is that not what this is called? It's probably got a capital D. Seems like something I would do. Yes. Okay. That's writing out a bunch of nonsense. So that is sending a bunch of empty data, which is not good. We really want to like add a timestamp to it. Well, first let's just say that if it's not undefined, if sensor data is not undefined, let's do the thing. Because we're just sending a bunch of empty data to the server right now, that's not cool. Nobody wants that. Okay. And you shouldn't do this either because you're not actually working. Okay. So we probably really didn't want to bother connecting the socket in that case, but okay, I got the permission granted here, and it still seems broken. Maybe. So now can we do remote debugging, remote devices? This. Okay, I'm gonna go here just for some, because I just. No, how do I, is there not some like actual way to do this? Debug. Am I just making this up that I've done this before? Yeah, I've done it on iOS. I mean, like plugged into a Mac. This wants me to install some other nonsense though. What a hassle. If I wouldn't write, what's up? Oh, it's just an annoying, it's not, I guess I could do this. It's just annoying to debug a iOS device, or like a browser on an iOS device. It's just not fun. Also not fun that I need dongles to do anything with this computer. I'll be right back. Still infuriating, a little bit infuriating that Apple, if you go to Apple Store today and you buy their brand newest laptop and pay thousands of dollars, and you buy their brand newest phone and pay over $1,000, not the newest phone, the newest phone's only $400, but like an iPhone 11 Pro Max or whatever it's called, they will not plug into each other without a dongle. It's so stupid. Okay, let's just try Safari. Develop on iPhone used for development. Trust this computer, trust with my life. And now I can do iPhone. Connect via network. I knew I had done that. Okay. Show web inspector for JavaScript contexts. Like this. Go back to Safari. Okay. So now I should be able to go to this web page. See a web inspector. Yes, great. Awesome. Okay, undefined is not an object. Of course it's not. Because we said it was undefined right here. So let's do this instead. Sensor data. I think timestamp's a single word. Okay. Instead of this, we want to say if sensor data dot timestamped date dot now minus sensor data dot timestamp. So let's right now only do it if it's been updated within 1 second. Right? So if it's less than a second, then do it. So what do we get now? Come on, friend. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Okay, well, maybe I fixed it, but who knows, because I can't refresh this stupid context. Okay, I guess I'll just close it and open it again. Very exciting. Okay. Okay. 24. Did I just mess up when I did that change? Okay, that shouldn't be there. This should be here. Yes. Okay, we got an initialize. We got to start orientation data. But we never see any logging because I need to actually update the timestamp anytime I do that. So anytime we do this, we also need to do sensor data dot timestamp equals date dot now. Same thing here. Okay. That's just saying, like, don't even bother if the data is not fresh. Okay, great. So now we got orientation data in here. We've got motion data, motion and orientation data. Great. Okay, that was more trouble than it should have been, for sure. Let's not spew all this to the console. Okay, that's our sensor data. So we're comfortably getting sensor data now. So we're getting orientation data, we're getting accelerometer data. We don't need to add this timestamp here because it's now coming as part of our packet. On the fence a little bit on whether or not we need to do this. And I think let's just say that we're not even going to touch the packet and that this is just going to be about routing packets. And like, if we're going to do stuff to a packet, we're going to do stuff to a packet here. So let's just say, okay, so now, that was all very exciting. Now, wait, that was the wrong one anyway. What are you doing here? When you're connected. And we're still actually sending all this data to all the mobile users too, which is useless. We don't need to do that. We only actually want to send it to one place, which we can do with socket.io. We're just not quite to that point So on the front end now, we're going to get a sensor data packet. Sensor datas. It's very silly, but it's consistent. Okay, so this now we're going to say sensor datas. This is where we were going to do the update. How do I want to just update it and keep the... That's where we were adding our fake XYZ. Sensor data is very silly. It's a plural, but... So this would mean update. This means stick a new one in. And we'll need some other process that's going to purge these occasionally. This is our update data. So this data structure is all wrong now, but we know there's an orientation. And we know there's a motion. So something like that. Very broken, but that's okay, because this is still probably just stuff like this. No, your sensor data. No, your sensor data. Your sensor data. Yeah. Orientations is not defined. We still have that somewhere? Yes. This is. Sensor data is this. That's a very ridiculous name. I keep saying that, but I refuse to change it. Okay, we did a whole bunch of work to just like get back to where we were. Data is still undefined. Because this is orientation, is where this is stored now. Okay. We did it. We did this, and if I refresh, I should get a new friend. And we can do a little dance together. Okay. That was kind of a hassle, I must say. So do we actually want to start trying to use the acceleration data? Let's just make sure we have it. And it looks vaguely valid. So we have some acceleration here. So I'm gonna do something silly. Oh my gosh, what just happened? What a disaster. Some fell on the floor. Hope it wasn't important. Okay, let's end this stream by just adding, we're just gonna like stick in some the acceleration data, and I think it's gonna be very silly. But let's just do it. So we wanna say, silly is good, I know. It may not work at all, but let's see. So let's just put the raw acceleration data in. And I think that is not actually going to work well at all, but let's just try it. Am I immediately like flying off? Oh, okay. Sensor data. Is that not right? Oh, it's sensor datas. Sensor data. No, it's motion.acceleration. Oh, wow. That's kind of fun. It's definitely very wrong. Oh, no. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, let's start it in the middle. It's just drifting. Is that gravity? My phone is not moving. It's just sitting on the counter. Okay, I did X, Y, Z. Life is yours. Where are you? I need you to dance with me. Okay, got permission. So that's me. It's kind of funny. It just goes nuts, though. Let's try again. Down. Well, I don't know how to make. I don't know why I have a constant drift to the side. I also don't know what that one is in the background. Is that? Yeah, object.json on the end is correct. I mean, it's just because I'm printing poorly, but it should be there. Uh-oh. Did my friend stop updating? Seems like it crashes after a while, and then they just drift off forever. Okay. I guess I could do it on like kind of a spring where it always was sort of trying to go back to the middle. Yours isn't connecting? I wonder why. Maybe I broke the Android. So request, so basically we say, should just be straight up start orientation data if it's Android. And it should be start motion data if it's Android. Acceleration of undefined. Did you refresh? Are you still sending old data? Like maybe you got to refresh your view because you might still be sending the old data that didn't have index 53. Oops, this one. 53. I feel like I mean, there's sensor data in here already, even when I refresh the page, and that's not me. But your XYZ is not a number. You have orientation, you have no acceleration. Is that coming from you? Why would that be the case? Why would we have alpha of undefined? Yeah, we're like getting packets with... $58. I feel pretty confident that this is working for me. But it could be like the acceleration data works differently on an Android phone. So ridiculous and difficult to control. Now, if I could have it where it was like a balloon on a string and it never went too far, it kind of bounced off from a central radius, maybe that would be kind of funny. And then it's almost like you're batting it around while you dance. Like we're like growing little chains. Okay, I could definitely... I thought JSON... What's the opposite of a JSON parse? I thought it was JSON to string. Yeah, you're connecting. Oh, I should be doing stringify. And then we can see... Yeah, okay, it's not toString, it's stringify. I just forgot. Okay, JSON stringify should actually print everything. Yeah. Okay, so I'm getting lots of XYZ data. But I'm kind of guessing that you're not getting the XYZ data and acceleration. So I could like chain this within a specific radii. Okay, so your acceleration object is empty. But your orientation object is good? Or wait, the whole object is empty? Like, are you just printing an empty object? You wouldn't be sending if it was empty, so it must have the timestamp at least. Discord. Okay, you have orientation data. You have no acceleration data. Okay, so maybe this doesn't work on Android, whatever I'm doing. I'm doing the following. Event.acceleration. Let me just stick that whole thing in the, let me stick that whole thing in the debug status. Aren't you supposed to be studying? Let's just print the whole event to start with. Oh, that's weird. I only get is trusted. We had this problem before, right? Event dot. Device motion event. Firefox and Chrome, different coordinates. Acceleration including gravity. Well, okay, so I can't just do event. Can I do event.acceleration? Sensors for the web. Yeah, you can't use that. It's from 2017. This is a cool idea, but it doesn't work. Like, it's just not open. It won't work on, I'm not even sure if it works on Chrome at this point. Chrome's like surprisingly open with this stuff, but it wouldn't work on iOS. I want all this stuff. I want like the ambient light sensor. I want all this stuff. Like this is just all a wrapper for those things, right? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's if there's an iframe. But so I updated it, so you should see the contents of your. Do you see an empty object now? You don't see anything in your acceleration event? I mean, acceleration, I don't understand why. Wait. It's all an empty object. It's not all an empty object. You sent me, it's only acceleration as an empty object. Oh, now it's all an empty object. That's all you see. So for some reason, your acceleration, your device motion events are giving. And Android. Why? Why would that be true? Device motion event. Do I have to do acceleration including gravity? What if I don't want to? Okay, let's try that acceleration including gravity. That would be very silly. Okay, now try. Maybe some devices don't do the gravity subtraction. Oh, that's just a strong guess. Browser compatibility. I assume you're using Chrome for Android? Still empty. What did I change? I changed it to use this acceleration including gravity. Am I doing something wrong on Android? I'm saying request motion access. If you don't need permission, just ask for that directly. The fact that there is... Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, no. That would be printed there. I wouldn't get it, but that would be what's printed. Beware of changes between browsers. Add event listener, device orientation, with device motion. Well, that's what I tried to do, but when you try to just print this whole event, maybe it'll be different on your phone. But when I print that whole event, something's weird on my phone and it's like collapsed, and I only see is trusted equals true. So you can try. Yeah, same. Why? What does that mean? Why does it only show that? I don't... Why do I only see that? I guess, yeah. Let's see. Actually, if I do, what if I do this? Does this show the real thing, or does it only show? I hate cross-browser development. So frustrating. It's been frustrating for 20 years and continues to be annoying. Yeah, so I get is trusted true on the Android over here. But then if I go to that other inspect, that start logging, if you go Chrome://inspect, you're in Chrome, right? Oh no, that just does prints a million device motion events. Why would your... It's clearly a device motion event. So why does your device motion event not have the fields that a device motion event should have? Browser compatibility tab. Chrome for Android. Should be supported. These are the properties. Chrome on Android, Chrome on Android. This stuff should all be here. I don't want to build a bunch of logging tools. But you definitely got acceleration in another web browser. I think Firefox works fine for me. I only have Firefox Focus on this. Oops. Twitch.me/mobile. Yeah, that's me in Firefox Focus. But here's the thing, all browsers on iOS are really just WebKit. So it's not really the same. Even if I do it in Chrome on here, it's not really the same as Chrome on your machine, on your phone, because this is Chrome wrapping WebKit, and this is Firefox wrapping WebKit, not like native Chrome, native Firefox, you know? It's not one-to-one. So that makes it even more complicated. It's not just cross-browser, it's cross-platform browser where Chrome iOS is not the same as Chrome Android. It's a totally different code base. Why would that be? Oh, I wonder if it is something about the nesting of these. Although we do it there, but let's just try. So logging just acceleration X, like one field. See if that works. Does that do anything better for you? No, don't be sorry. I appreciate all your help. I think maybe this is the problem, though. I think this is the problem. Maybe it's something about, you know, when we print those events, but we only see, you got numbers? Okay, that's what it is. It's silly. It's something about nested objects. So we actually need to do this. That's a weird thing. But we can't set an object equal to a hierarchical object, seemingly. I don't have an answer for why that would be true. But it seems to be true. So now if we ditch that, we made our own X, Y, and Z. Are you going to the yogurt store? Be safe at the store. Okay, let's do this. Let me make sure that works on my phone, and then we'll probably be about done today. We made quite a bit of progress on, I don't even know what we're working on. Whatever it is, we made progress on it. I can do a little dance here. You can do a dance. Anybody can do a dance. It's tremendous. Except it like wants to go. I don't know how to get it back. I just need to like, I guess tether it where it just can't go too far from its origin. Should I do that now? Let's do that tomorrow. That's what I would think. I don't know if I would do, yeah, some kind of gravity or even just a tether. Like it'll just bounce off the edge of its tether like it's on a rope. But, okay, we made pretty good progress today. We got acceleration in. We got multi-user today. I actually only meant to do the multi-user part, so that's fun. Thanks for hanging out as always. And Draclin, thanks for hanging out. Life is yours, thanks for hanging out. Anybody else who stopped by, thanks for hanging out. And we will stream some more tomorrow, and maybe we'll play with that. Yeah, adding like a leash kind of thing so that it doesn't go quite as wild. So I will see you then. Or I won't see you at all. I'll see your name, maybe, but you'll see me. Okay, bye.